All right, y'all, let's talk about it. USC won barely, but they did win 17-14 against Oregon State at Oregon State. They took down the Beavers finally. It seems as if the Beaver curse has been lifted. USC's biggest pain in their backside has been the Beavers. Even during the Pete Carroll era, USC would lose at Oregon State. Now, sometimes the game was on a Thursday, which would make it odd. You know, Thursday, Friday games are kind of odd. But, yeah, like USC, ever since then, like they just always been losing to the Beavers. And this is, like I said, back to when the Roger brothers were playing. The twins, well, I don't know if they twins, but they brothers, and they both running backs. I think both of them went to the NFL. I know one of them for sure made it to the NFL, Jaquiz Rogers, I believe. But yeah, both of them, they were menaces. They were driving the Trojans nuts. So here goes this game. I thought the game would be close, but I didn't think that it was going to end the way they did. I thought we would win by at least a touchdown, to be honest. But yeah, at first, when we had that big run with Travis Dye, the first play, I'm like, okay, you know, obviously it's the first play, but it got me hyped. I'm thinking, okay, we about to run on these dudes the whole entire game. And then all of a sudden, USC could not convert anything. Like, we was going 3 and out, or we would move the chains a little bit and then have to punt the ball again. USC's offensive line, for most of the game, got dominated by the defensive line of Oregon State. I don't know if that's because they just know how to play USC, or if that's an issue for USC going forward. I would tend to go towards the former as opposed to the latter, because that's the first time this year we've seen USC go against a defense that was actually dominating the offensive line. We hadn't seen that. So that's something to keep your eyes on moving forward. But USC found a way towards the end. The best thing I could say about Caleb Williams in this game, this was his worst game so far. I don't think he'll have more games like this. I think this really had to deal with Oregon State always having USC's number. Caleb Williams, the best thing about this game with him is that he didn't throw any interceptions. Number one, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. Please don't let this be a jinx. But that his decision making has been pretty good. And also, he was able to lead the team down the field after the Beavers had went up 14-10. We got the ball on that final drive, and Caleb Williams, he threw it to Jordan Addison, who had been shut down for pretty much that whole entire game. They finally connected for a touchdown. It was a sweet pass, very good catch to go up 17-14. Chance Nolan, you know what? You got the perfect first name, because you gave USC chance after chance after chance after chance for USC to dominate the game, even though they didn't. You threw 4 picks. 4 picks. So kudos to USC's defense. I've said since the beginning of the year that they're an opportunistic defense, and they have to continue to be that. That is their identity. You know, they only let the Beavers score 14 points, given how bad the offense was of USC. So that's a good thing to see, that the defense did do their part, and they got 4 interceptions, 4 turnovers from Chance Nolan. He gave them 4 chances, literally, pun intended. As far as the running game goes, Travis Dye, he held down the fort. He had over 100 yards once again. He's been a blessing for us. I think Austin Jones has been a blessing as well. I think Raleek Brown, he'll get better as the season goes. And I expect him to be more of a factor next year. But right now, Travis Dye is the guy for us. He's a senior, and he's been holding it down the running game. Shout out to Taj Washington. He had the most catches and receiving yards, I believe, in the game for USC, number 16. I think that's his number, yeah. He held it down, so I have to give him credit as well where credit is due. But yeah, I believe USC once again is going to run the table. That was a very tough game. I think the next toughest game for USC will be Utah. I'm not saying the other games prior to that will be easy, but I think that USC will be able to get back their offensive groove and dominate with the offense once again. But like I said, it's always been a challenge going to Oregon State. They took that sword and they slayed those Beavers, chopped off the head. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just proud of the Trojans for overcoming that and winning down there, Saturday night. So looking forward to the next game. I'm hoping the next game is a blowout. The offense will be better. I do believe the offense will be better. So, yeah, that's my overall take on this. Let me know what you think about the USC game against the Beavers. Do you think this will be an occurring issue with the offensive line of USC as they go against better defensive lines, or do you think this was just specifically an Oregon State issue? Let me know what you think about the game overall and what's your predictions for the next game. USC is running the table. I'm going to keep on saying that. You dig?